Hi, well, I've decided to do the challenge, 10 most used tools or gadgets, I guess in my case, and of course one of them is my computer. Otherwise, how else would I be able to talk to you? Rightio. Okay then, well, of course I use a lot of cooking gadgets, mixers, slow cookers, roaster up the top there. It's not the traditional American roaster, but that's the one I use here in Australia, and it's an air oven, I guess you could call it, and I love it. So here's my bread machine, which I don't make bread with, but I do make yeast dough for cakes. My chip machine, yep, I do like that one. Little tiny gadgets. Yeah, of course the dogs always have to have a good look. And of course my canning jars. Where would I be without them? I still have quite a few in packets, which means that I've been lazy. And I really need to do some canning. Then of course there's my freezer. Actually I have two now, as you saw in a previous video. This freezer is really good. So yes, I freeze foods. I don't just can everything. And yes, I have gadgets in here too. Tools, I guess. Tools of the homesteader's trade. Homesteader. Well, I'm a suburban homesteader. You could argue that if you want to. Steam canner. Put some light down here. Water baths, and in the far corner there's my All-American. I have two water baths. Actually I have three, because the Presto doubles as a water bath. The Presto and this beauty. Only the one thing I don't like about it is it's electronic. It's a roaster, huge, and I can do big batches of jams. Well, I don't think I'd use it for jams, but anyway, pasta sauce, that type of thing when I'm canning. The reason I don't like it is because I don't know how to use this techie stuff. Yep, there's my trolley, and very handy out in the garden because I can move it really easily, and it's just really handy. And of course my truck, well, a ute. My husband always says, call it a ute. But to me, it's like a truck. And yep, that's a really handy tool. And of course, here's my favourite shovel. Nice, easy to use. Very sharp. And that's what's important. And it's stainless steel, so it should last a long time. And of course the greenhouse, hothouse, whatever you like to call it, although I'm not going to show it to you because it's a big mess inside. Got to clean it. Anyway, it's a really good tool to have. And of course the old compost bin, although I have more out the back that are made out of pallets. And raised garden beds, not really a tool, or could be. The worm bin. Well, I use it. It's great. Great in the garden. Gardening is part of homesteading. So yes, worm farm. And the water tank. What would I do without it? I have been known to use grey water. We haven't had to use the grey water system for a couple of years because we've had a fair amount of rain. But this tank is pretty much just used for the garden, and it is invaluable. Well, a good shed, although this is a small shed, and when we move to the property, which I'm counting the seconds, although still a lot of seconds to go, we're going to get a bigger shed. But this one is the one we currently use. So yes, a shed. Well, as you know, I am a suburban homesteader. Suburban mum, whatever. Homesteading is just doing things from scratch, which I do a fair amount of. Anyway, next piece of absolute favourite homestead tool is a wood burner, because if the gas or electricity is not working, we can still heat the house. Well, I hang my wash on the line. I use a washing machine, but I generally hang it on the washing line, either outside or inside, so I guess you could call it a tool. A suburban homesteader's tool. Well, this beast is very old now, although I have used it a fair few times. That's my outdoor oven, and I should use it more. But the thing is, here in Australia, when I'm likely to use it, we have fire ban days, a lot of them. So because of that, you're restricted to use it. Although in the winter, I probably could do it more. Anyway, it's one of my most favourite tools, gadgets, what have you. And of course my dehydrator, which is a one of a kind, because this is a generic which broke down, and any other generic that I'd bought also broke down. So we kept the last one that we bought, which is a 12 shelf, and we installed two, what do you call them? Excalibur. We also have an Excalibur, but honestly, I hate it because the shelving is so close together that you can't put much on the trays, and you have to cut a lot of things really, really thin. And this is I think it's a 9 shelf. 8-9 shelf. And to fit some things on the shelves, you actually have to pull out half the shelves. So I find it a pretty useless machine. I like my other one much better. There we go. This is my beauty. So this has been improved with 2 Excalibur motors and thermostats and fans, elements, whatever goes in the back to make this thing work, has been replaced. And I'm very pleased to have it. Well, back to the computer. I'll be downloading this video shortly, and here's my page. You can visit anytime, and appreciate it if you like the video, and appreciate it even more if you subscribe. Doesn't cost a cent. Okie dokie, from the suburban homesteader who doesn't own a tractor, has no chickens, and lives on a small block. Bye now.